as I've walked and jogged around this park, I've had quiet time to think about the conversation I had with my dear friend yesterday. And I wanted to share some of those thoughts with you because it's still sticking with me. It's sticking as something that is important to share with you, my epic sensitives, as a way to shift ourselves. So she and I, when we get together, we talk about everything and anything, and it's an amazing experience. And it's one of those experiences where time falls away and we have no concept of where we are or when we are. And there's a lot of beauty that comes through this experience and a lot of really divine grace and learning that happens when we're together. And she said something to me really interesting yesterday, and she said after, a couple hours after she had said it, she left for a moment to go pick up her children. And when she came back, she said, "Angie, you have a way of drawing things out of my mouth that I don't even know is in there to begin with." And I giggled because that is one of my superpowers, is I'm able to see and draw out the unspoken truths. And oftentimes those unspoken truths that are within someone are the reasons why they're doing the confusing patterns that they're doing or choosing behaviors or actions that are actually contrary to who they are. Because the unspoken truth is not yet realized. And if you're not aware of a truth that's within you, it is actually running the show. So what I do when I am with people is I actually listen I really, really listen to what they're saying, but I can also hear what's going on underneath what they're saying. We had talked about this world and abuse and how things can be difficult, especially for the sensitives. And she had said something that I picked up on earlier in the day, and I asked her, well, why are you choosing that behavior? And I had actually pointed out to her the words that she had said, and I emphasized them in the way that the energy was speaking to me so she could actually hear what it was that she was doing. And I'm not going to share that part because it was intensely personal, and it's not fair for me to divulge that information. However, her response was, "I'm doing that so that I could understand, so that they don't have to figure this out, so they don't have to go through the pain." She was talking about her children. And I paused for a moment and I was like, wait a minute, so you are choosing this so that you can understand a situation that is actually affecting them, in the hopes that if you figure it out for yourself and understand it for yourself, it's going to change it for them. They're not going to have to go through it. Now, as an epic sensitive, she's probably a level 10 sensitive in all areas like me. Not probably, she is. This is a common practice with us as sensitives, that we believe that if we step into a situation that somebody else is experiencing and mold ourselves to it and become that situation so that we can gain an understanding of it, that somehow we're going to make it so other people don't have to experience that pain. Especially when we're talking about the heavy negative energies on this planet: abuse, violence, power, corruption, domination. When we allow ourselves to go into those situations and really become that situation, there is this misconception that if we do that for ourselves, if we sacrifice ourselves that way, then the people we love won't have to. They won't have to feel that pain. And when we got to this topic yesterday, I was like, wow. Because there is a universal truth that if you change yourself, it shifts the world. And throughout my 20 years in the consciousness community, the awareness community, I have been told, and I've heard it said, that when we heal ourselves, we heal our generations forward and backwards, and seven generations forward and 7 generations back. So there is this concept that if I heal myself and fix myself, then I'm healing and fixing my children. But here's the thing. The universe knows when you are doing it to fix someone else, and it actually doesn't work that way. We cannot change ourselves to fix someone else. That can't be the reason why we do the work that we do. That can't be the reason why we do the energy clearings and the healings, because it doesn't work that way. What the magic is of cleaning and healing ourselves, the magic is when we shift ourselves, the world shifts around us because our perceptions and our perspective of what's going on shifts. It doesn't mean truly that I can focus on experiencing everything on this planet and change it for everybody else. Everybody on this planet has to do their own work, and everybody on this planet has their own contracts about what they are going to experience here on this planet. Each soul that is here has a very specific plan for itself. So I can change me till the cows come home. That doesn't necessarily mean my daughter is going to feel those effects, because they may be part of her contract that she still needs to work out. I have chosen into and gone through abuse so that I could understand it for me and end the cycle for me. Now, has that affected my daughter? Yes, it has. But I didn't do it. I didn't do all of that healing work that I did with the sole purpose of focusing on fixing her. And that's often where we get tripped up, is that we believe that if we fix ourselves enough, then they will change. If we fix ourselves enough, then they won't have abusive relationships. Honestly, all the work that I did, my daughter has still chosen patterns for herself that she had to work through for herself, that I was looking at and going, wow, that's a little bit questionable. Wow, that's a little bit scary that you're choosing there. She still had to choose it for herself. And my dear friend with her young children wants to protect them from the pain that she's experienced in this world. So she's doing everything she can to make it so they don't experience pain. But those children have their own beautiful contracts that they're here to figure out, to live out, to learn, and shift for themselves. Now, I have witnessed this because I have done my own work, and I have made some very clear choices about how my life is going to be from this point forward. My daughter seems to go through her similar experiences that I went through much, much faster, like exponentially faster. Now, is that because I've healed the pattern in me, so it's healed the pattern in our genetics? I don't know. Or could it be that because I've healed the pattern in me and she watched me go through that she actually knows what to do? I think that is how we help our children. We don't help our children by becoming the horrible things that we don't want them to experience, so we can understand it, so we can change it, so they don't have to. We help them by healing ourselves and allowing them to be witness to that journey, so that if they find themselves in the same situation, they have tools that we had to learn. They have them there at their accessibility, so that they can change your lives faster. So my invitation to you today is to look at, where are you living your life in a space of, if I fix me, if I absorb this, if I choose this horrible thing, where am I doing that to save other people from having to have their own experience of it? Where am I sacrificing myself so that other people don't feel pain? Where am I martyring myself to help other people not experience the painful situations that I've gone through? Because that is where your power is trapped. You're here to change yourself. You're here to experience life for yourself, not for other people. If you would like help with this and support in this, then please get on my calendar. You can go to connectwiththephoenix.com to do that. Whatever you're doing today, remember to keep breathing and create yourself a beautiful day. I love you. Bye-bye.